What's up? It's Miles. We're here at my warehouse with Raj, and we're gonna talk about how he did 600K in sales his first 8 months with online arbitrage. So Raj, just to get started, you wanna tell us how long you've been doing Amazon?
Yeah, I started Amazon in late May, so about 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, and then you really got going with it in like August, September, and then what did you culminate at in December sales-wise?
So I started, I got the coaching call. We did the coaching in August, late August, and then in December I did 240K in sales.
Yeah, which is pretty absurd for just in terms of getting going and everything. So we're gonna talk about like what really clicked for you, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, what it really comes down to is finding good profitable items.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On that, and a lot of people struggle with that and everything, but you're fully online arbitrage, right now?
Yeah, 100% online arbitrage, but I'm looking to go into wholesale later this year.
Which makes perfect sense, because if you do that much in online arbitrage that quickly,
Yeah.
you can totally get into a vehicle that can take you further,
Yeah.
which makes sense too. But yeah, so really it all comes down to product research, right? Sourcing. So
Yeah.
are you doing mainly manual, mainly reverse sourcing? What's kind of the strategy there?
So when I started, I mostly did reverse sourcing. You want to build up a list of leads that you know are profitable, that other people are making money on. And then now I mostly do manually sourcing. I like looking at sales where I can be the only person buying out the entire site of a product.
Okay.
I don't like, because if you're doing products that are on sale all the time, they're
Yeah.
going to be people price thinking. But if you're the only person buying at a really nice buy price, you can assume that there are going to be less people taking the price.
Yeah, and that's naturally a lot harder to do, but that is, the hard stuff is where a lot of the money is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stuff, but just to reiterate, on the reverse sourcing side of things, that's where you're looking inside other people's storefronts using SellerAmp on Amazon, right? You guys see I have a lot of videos on that. And what that does is it lets you start to get exposed to what does well on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
What has a low sales rank, which means it's selling really well. And so you can go through someone's storefront and see, okay, that has a 7K VSR. That's
Yeah.
something I'm gonna wanna look for. That has a 20K VSR. That's gonna be something I wanna look for. That is a 260K VSR. That's not gonna be something I wanna look for. So that starts to train you and teach you what does well on Amazon,
Yeah.
right? And so that's great, and it's really sustainable, right? But then every once in a while you have a chance where you can get lucky, and Dick's Sporting Goods has a big sale, or Black Friday comes around, and then you can really pounce on
Yeah.
a big opportunity quick and everything.
One of the first items, it was back in August, I was manually sourcing. I found a pair of slides that were on sale, really, really cheap. I never saw it on sale at this price, and I was buying at a higher price. So I spent $6,000. I bought out like the website, and it took a few months to sell through all of them.
Yeah.
But it was such a good buy price that I was, and you're FBMing these slides and cost $4, $6 to ship. It was just such a good margin that it made sense.
And what really it was that you combine the knowledge of learning how to source, which takes a while. It's hard. That's why people are watching, because they want to learn how to source, right? And then you combine that with the confidence and the capital to buy heavy on stuff, and that's so you can really make some money with the stuff.
Yeah, I was a little nervous spending that much money, but once you do it on one item and you see that it works, then you're pretty normal. It's pretty normal to do that with other items.
Yeah, and then like getting that initial confidence, it's like it takes just as much work to place a buy order of 5 than it does for 20.
Yeah.
But it's 4x the money when you do the 20 part, right? So it's getting the confidence to do that, which takes a while,
Yeah.
and everything like that. And then what does the current operation look like? So you live in Pittsburgh, but you do prep like back home. It's more delegated.
Yeah. So I pay my mom. She helps me prep when I'm not at home, when I'm in Pittsburgh. And usually when I'm in Pittsburgh, that's like the time where I have 8 hours a day to fully work on sourcing, fully work on, getting like my private label product or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Whatever else done. But yeah, when I'm doing that like large scale FBM, I come back home, I help prep, and then hopefully I'll be able to get a warehouse.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what we're talking about. Yeah, we're
hopefully
actually in mine right now, that I'm getting out of next month actually, and I'm gonna go full prep center. But I like that point, right? Because like when people are in the scaling process, a lot of time goes to prep, and I've been very guilty of that myself too. You've been able to set it up where you don't have to do as much of that, right? And that gives you more time to buy, and buying is where you really do make your money with stuff and everything. So if you're watching this, especially if you live in a state that has higher than normal sales tax, consider looking into getting a prep center, which is basically like a third-party service that'll handle your inventory for you and actually save you some money in some cases. The key is that I definitely don't think that makes sense at the beginning for a lot of people, because oftentimes you're gonna have like a 500 unit minimum or an 1,000 unit minimum, and if you're trying to do that as a beginner, you're probably gonna end up buying stuff that isn't good right there.
And they might have long lead times that it takes so long for you to make your money back on an item that you spent that just prepping yourself, you can get that done within a day. You can send it out to Amazon in a day. That's a lot lower of a lead time than maybe like a week that a prep center might take.
Yeah, and so the cash flow cycle is better that way too.
Yeah.
And everything. Another thing that really helps the cash flow cycle that you and I have done a lot of, and that a lot of people consider not scalable and maybe not worth their time, is merchant fulfilling. And so if you don't know, merchant fulfilling is where you ship the product directly to the customer rather than sending it to the Amazon warehouse to actually get fulfilled by them. So it's not as good as FBA, but in some cases it makes sense based on the speed. One of those big times is in December, when you don't necessarily have as much time to send that product to Amazon to take advantage of the peak prices. We want to talk about how merchant fulfilling has been very helpful?
Yeah, during December, I was home the entire November, December. I was merchant fulfilling for 6 to 8 hours a day. And then I would have UPS pick it up. They would pick it up for free because I knew the UPS guy. You get some of those relationships. You don't have to spend the $4 for pirate ship.
Yeah.
So you save money there. And then just the how fast you get the money back during when you're merchant fulfilling in December, it makes you 2-3 times more than if you're FBAing. I mean, the FBA lead times weren't that bad during December, apparently.
But anything is bad when you're ordering something and getting it in today, and it's more profitable than it was 3 weeks ago, and it's more profitable than it will be in 3 weeks. So that time's behind us.
And the volume. You could list it and sell it within the same day. So it just made sense to merchant fulfill during December.
And you get a lot of feedback quick that too. So for the person out there that maybe they're not interested in, they're not to the point where they can scale, right? But they're just looking to get going. What's the online arbitrage stack? So we obviously need Keepa, we need SellerAmp. Those 2 softwares you use probably?
Yeah, I used Keepa and SellerAmp. Once I got to around 10,000 in sales, I got BeCool.
Yeah,
and I saw it spike.
Yeah, definitely. With the repricer. What BeCool is, it's automated pricing software that changes around your pricing every couple minutes, I think, right? To try and get you maximum buy box share. Yeah, buy box share, basically, on that. And then, so a lot of people know about those main softwares, but what really, in my opinion, makes the difference is getting your buy costs all right. Coupons, sales. So can we talk a little about how you find coupons and sales, some of the different extensions you use and that kind of stuff?
I have a list of websites that I would go through every morning. So that's how I would find sales.
New one. Okay.
Yeah. And then, you would see Snipes has a sale on Sunday. And then, Nike has a sale right at midnight. You would see Nike switch to a sale. So I would find sales like that. And then, I had Top Cashback, Rakuten, Capital One Cashback. What else? Be Frugal.
Retail Me Not's another good one. Yeah, and those are all free. So you guys have no excuse not to have those basically. Camera battery actually died. We were talking on Chrome extensions there. We're actually not sure if the video is going to upload too, so hopefully you'll see it anyway if it does on there. But okay, so those cashback extensions, basically they're all free, so you got to have them, right? And they give you cash back, but they also help you find deals, which lowers the buy cost. And
coupons as well.
Yeah, that exactly. Yeah. So what's nice is you definitely it makes no sense not to have those. What I love that you do that a lot of people won't do is you were checking those websites every day. To see sales. So what he did was you spent a lot of time reverse sourcing with SellerAmp, and then you hit Google on those, and then you see the different websites that are coming up quick on Google Shopping, and those are how you know those are good websites to get product from, right?
Yeah, I would make sure that they have 5 stars, whatever they have reviews, because the ones that don't have reviews, sometimes they're scam websites and they still pop up on Google Shopping. So that's something to look for.
Yeah, and you can use Trustpilot as well. I always like to check their Instagram too and bounce it off a friend potentially if I'm not sure, and always check out through PayPal when possible. But you were checking those sites every day because you figured out what websites were offering these types of products that you wanted to sell, right? The in-demand products. And then you checked every single day to look for those sales, which is where you could get competitive buy costs to actually make it happen right there. So it's really important that when you're doing sourcing initially, you're not just trying to find profit, you're also just trying to start to learn what does well on Amazon, right? And what's nice, you can actually just like even just type in searches. Like if you search Adidas sneakers on Amazon, you're gonna find out what's Amazon recommending for Adidas sneakers to customers. They're recommending it for a reason because people like to buy those. They have good reviews, people trust that and everything. So the biggest differentiating factor in my opinion is like really finding deals, right? And that comes from extensions, really finding those different sale opportunities, networking and different things like that as well. I know you've done some of that as well. So you want to talk about a little bit about how like the social media side of things and networks been helpful talking to other sellers?
Yeah. When you told people to create like a Twitter.
Oh, that was from that.
Yeah, that's when I
Okay.
started it. And then I was like tweeting every day, doing like replies, and yeah, you would get like you would get DMs from other people like asking you to like talk, like hop on a Zoom or something, and just grow that your network of people you can like trust, talk to, and bounce ideas off of.
And it's free. And what's interesting is still a lot of people won't do it when it's like crazy, man. What you think? You talk to more people that want to do what you want to do, that are doing what you want to do. It's crazy. You end up figuring out quicker, and stuff. So that's really helpful. I've loved the community side of things. Been so helpful for me as well. And speaking of that, as we finish up here, where can people find you on socials?
I am on Twitter. I'm not on Instagram. My Twitter is Raj_FBA.
Yep. RAJ_FBA. Damn, it comes out nicely like that too. So definitely go check out Raj's page so you can see some more beautiful bar screenshots and everything like that. The Amazon seller. Yeah, hopefully right there and everything. And thanks for watching. Check out the links in the description if you're interested in my coach program, which Raj and I were able to work together back in August and September. And have a great day. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.